Hi everyone. In this video we're going to cover the Roane State Communication 2025 syllabus. Part of your handouts I sent you in the packet is the syllabus. So what we're going to do is just want to cover parts, some of this, go over it. Hopefully each of you will have read this already. Of course, the first thing is the contact information. The best way to reach me is by email, mcdanieljc@roanestate.edu. Phone number is 865-481-2000, extension 2362. You will hear if you do call me on that number, you will receive an out of office. But if you leave me a message, I can receive it and view it from my Outlook. Now, however, the best way to reach me will be by my cell number. And like I said, I will send to each of you today my group email through your Momentum email and your RadarNet my cell number. If you would not mind, I'd like to appreciate if you could text me and say, hey, I'm in your class. Just text me your name, so that way I can put it saved into my saved items numbers. This is a 3-hour credit class. I'm going to let you go ahead and read the course objectives yourself. There are no prerequisites for this course. All speeches and exercise must be done to pass. Like I said, of course, class attendance is not applicable for this since this is online. I mean, it is. Now, I don't know if all of you are aware, but Roane State campuses are closed. Everything is online. We're working from home. And that could be, there's initially said 1 week, but they have now pushed that, like they sent out an email to everyone last week letting you know that this whole course will be online. There's a chance that we may not return back to the offices until April or May. So at this point, we're told to operate and work from home until notified. So like I said, the best way to reach me is email me, text me. I probably will reach out at some point, set up and at least talk to you by phone. I feel like I said, this is my first attempt doing this, and I want to be able to be as accessible and help you out as much as possible. There is no textbook for this class. However, there are readings which are located in Momentum. You need to go through and explore Momentum as much as possible. Like I said, the 3 areas is under course material, under content. You need to click on it, and that's where the readings are and everything. Then you got the discussion boards. That's where you're going to submit your activities. You're going to submit your videos. You're going to view your classmates' speeches and reply to them. All that is within discussion box. Then you have a Dropbox, which is under, you'll need to click on it. You actually have several assignments. Your first one is actually your speech topics, which is due March 26th. You have an attendance a reporting activity that I need you to complete by Tuesday night, March 24th at 11:59. And then you have another activity about I need you to videotape yourself and just like I said, give us some information about yourself. And I've already talked about that one in the welcome video. But the purpose of those is to make sure you know how to use all the materials and the communications, the discussion box, the Dropbox, and how to videotape, record yourself from Facebook and submit that to the discussion box area. If you look at a grading, you have you got 6 speeches. 3 of them are 50-point speeches, and 3 of them are 100 points. And I break them down by organization 10 points, delivery, and time. Each of these are, and I'll go through each when I go through and cover for each speech. But there's a time limit you have between, like for the first one, which is due next week, is your introductory speech when you're talking on yourself. That speech is 3 to 5 minutes. I will tell you always in your practice to shoot for the midpoint. So that if you're practicing, you need to hit at least 4 minutes. Don't go over 5. The reason why is when you tape yourself, we have a tendency to talk faster That's part of being nervous. Just like me, I think I'm talking pretty fast at times while I'm doing this video. But, that's something you'll need to do is work on and time yourself and practice. But it does break it down on these next 2 pages how the 50 and 100 point speeches are graded. Now, what you'll find out also, you'll be able to view your grades on your your momentum page. The scale on this is like a typical college, high school scale at Roane State. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and below 59 and below is an F. Now, it's graded by the total points. So this will be the points you submit for your outlines, your activities, your speech critiques, everything adds up. So then it's the total number of points the total points you receive by the total number of points. And that gives you your percentage for this class. Also, in this breaks down the assignments. There is a separate schedule that you have received that lists when everything is due and the consequences of not turning things in. So definitely meet your deadlines. Highly recommend that you do everything as soon as sooner than later. The concern we've had with this, is that every school, every company is doing online. So sometimes the system might be overloaded. You might want to, that's why I want you to do this sooner than later. Submit these. That gives me a chance to look at them, review them. And if you turn it in before the deadline, I can give you feedback if it's something I need you to work on or resubmit. But I will not take, if you say, Mr. McDaniel, my power went off or something, I'm going to say, I'm sorry. I understand, but I've given you several weeks notice of when to turn these in. So the key thing is you've got to be proactive. I know for some of you, you're taking multiple classes, and I understand that. This is my part-time job. I got to do my real job with this. So, but I'm just having to plan and manage my time, and that's what you're going to need to do. The nice thing about online is you can submit this 11. If you work on these now, the next week or so, you can submit things early, maybe when the system's not being overloaded by everyone else. There's a section under here next after assignments, plagiarism. I assume that your work is your work. Students with disabilities. Within Roane State, you can click on, there is access. If you, of course, there is no time, there's no test or anything for this. But if, read through the Students with Disability if you have any questions. Same way with the sexual discrimination harassment. There is, if you need technical support, CTAT, you can email them, or you can type, or you can also call them. They are working from home as well, but can help you. Our help desk, which gives you that number. If you have a problem getting into RadarNet, that's who you'll need to contact there. This is not an honors class. This is accelerated. The full-term class, speech classes are, but there's not an honors. Our library services is up and running. Everything is online. You will be required to submit outside sources, use outside sources for your informative and persuasive speech. Wikipedia is not considered a reliable source. Like I said, for your informative and persuasive speeches, you will be required to submit at least 3 citations. So you'll need to use outside sources, journals, videos, and all that, and you'll put it in MLA format. Now, also, our Learning Center, and I'm going to try to submit that email. There's a link that we have, I've received an email from, I think everyone received from Mike Hill over our Learning Center. That is another option for you if you need that, if you need help with the Learning Center online. Also, please read the emergency situation. That doesn't really apply because that's, the tornado drills and all that will not occur since we're working from home. However, I encourage all of you to sign up for Radar Alert. That is a way you can receive text. You'll see emails on it from our webpage. That's the way for you to receive up-to-date information about Roane State. So you need to sign up for RadarNet as well. So, the important things, like I said, is, just read through the syllabus, communicate to me, to be checking your email, stay on top of your assignments, and that's all I'm going to cover in this video. The next one I'm going to start going over. I'm going to go over speeches in general, but then under each of the discussions, I will cover more detail and give you examples of each speech itself. And like I said, then I will also do one for your speech critiques, and also to talk more about your outlines. All right, thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.